Alright, so we got Tyranids versus Chaos Space Marines. We're using this as a test for the tournament this weekend at CAGbash. So it's 1850. It's Emperor's Will with 3 objectives and Elite Score. This objective is worth 3 points, and then that barrel there and this objective are worth 1 point. And then there's no first blood. It is just who kills the most units gets 1 point. Warlord is worth a point, and Linebreaker is worth a point. And on the Chaos side, we got 2 flying Nurgle Demon Princes. They're level 3 Psychers. Cultists spawn a massive group of Possessed, a Helldrake, and then, what, 4 more groups of Cultists in reserve. And on the Tyranids side, we've got Tyrannifex with Acid, Exocrine Cannon, Tervagon as a troop, Harpy, Crone, Hive Tyrant. Oh, I've got one more Harpy. My additional Harpy. The one that used to be a giant bat creature. And then in reserve, I've got 30 Termagants, Death Leaper, who's my Warlord, 3 Shrikes, and 3 squads of Gargoyles, and I'm using the Skyblight rule. And then that big Harpy has a heavy venom cannon, and the other ones are normal. This guy's got Twin Link Devours with Brain Lynch Worms, and I will attempt to seize. It is not night fighting. I do not seize, so off you go. So movement, everything moved up. These guys ran, the Possessed ran, those guys walked. Those guys got shooting or no shooting? The Demon Princes, they've got nothing. One guy's invisible, the other guy's nothing. Alright, and they're in the air. Shooting! At the big guy, alright. Alright, roll 2 dice at a time, and you need 5s to get through the Void Shield. Alright. 1, you got 1 more? I thought you hit 4 times. You're twin linked. Doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm down 1 Void Shield. So the movement phase, these guys are flying and they vector struck and did serious damage. His Warlord took 2 wounds, and then I did 4 points to these spawn, but he can distribute them differently because they're from different units. And now we're on to shooting because these guys kind of cluster here. He's in the air, in the air, in the air, in the air. So shooting. All right, so movement phases, or movement and shooting are done. We killed, what, 2 spawn. Didn't pin some cultists, but killed a couple cultists. Did 2 wounds to him, and did a lot of shooting with blasts and such things, and we're on to the assault phase. We got nothing on the assaults. Failed by 1 inch, right? Yeah, 1 inch, he failed by 1 inch, so we're on to round 2 for the... his armor. He has a 2-up armor. One thing to add, he had Onslaught, so he flew off the table. 3-up armor. 3-up armor. So we're on to round 2, and we've got, is the Helldrake coming in? Yes. How about your Cultists? Of which there are 4 squads. They're all coming in. Oh, no, 1 isn't. You got a 3 there. Oh, yeah, it's 3, yeah. Thinking 5th edition. Everyone's here. Alright, so movement's done. He got vector struck, took 2 hits, stays in the air. These guys come to the ground. Everyone else is coming forward, and now we're on to running. And those guys that look like Plague Marines are actually possessed. And then on the psychic phase, this guy got terrified and he's running. This guy got terrified and he denied the witch. So there was some effective psychics, and he's invisible. In like Flynn, so he's yeah, he'll be in.
Charge.
They don't have one. This guy's got the 2 wounds on him. He's charging. All right, are those possessed? No, they ran. All right, so flamed him. He saved. Charged. He put 2 wounds on the Demon Prince. This guy charged 3 inches, failed, rerolled, charged 3 inches. These guys made it to the Turvagon, and he killed the Harpy on the shooting. So we are onto assaults. All right, so combat goes like this. He takes 2 wounds. I take 1 wound. I tried to instant kill him. It didn't work. And we're on to Tyranids. So we're going to roll for bringing guys in. All right, so movement. 3 of these guys got shot when they came in. We had all 3 squads of gargoyles come in from Deep Strike, but 1 went back into reserves. These guys got shot by the quad gun, lost 3, passed their leadership test. He comes in from ongoing reserves flying. Those guys fly to there. Death Leapers in the back corner. Gargoyles are here. Shrikes are here. And we're going to go into the shooting phase. He rallied. He's snap firing this round. He's back to being fearless when we get back to the whole his turn. And so on to shooting. All right, these guys accomplished nothing. These guys killed 3 cultists. Death Leaper rolls a double 1. Put 2 glances on that sucker. Fails to do anything with the heavy venom cannon. Fails to kill that thing, but he did glance it once. These guys are locked in combat. He hit the Helldrake twice with snapfire and failed to damage it. These guys shot him. He saved, and we're on to the assault phase. And we'll just roll right here. It does have both shields up for what it's worth. So assaults. Let's do this one. Oh, I also forgot to mention these Termagants came walking on at the end of the turn. At the end of the movement. Didn't really affect anything. They're just standing there. Alright, so combats go like this. He takes a wound. Nothing happens. That guy smashes the Demon Prince and kills him. And we got no other combats, so we're round 3. You got no reserves. I got 1 group that's in ongoing reserves. And continuing the game. Alright, movement is done. Walks to there, I think. Possessed moved. Cultists scatter about. Helldrake flies over and vector strikes those gargoyles. 3 times. Look, killing 2. It is enough to make me test. Do they run? Yes. And they're going to go a long way. So there's a ton of shooting over here. Both of these guys drop out of the sky and take a wound each, but don't take wounds from the shooting. Both squads of gargoyles are running away. And there's no other shooting, right? No. And that gun could be shot next turn. Unless my flying monstrous creature walks over and takes it from you. It might. Alright. So we're on to...
charges.
Charges. He's going to charge. Okay. Yep, you're in.
I'm going to dual charge.
Okay.
He's going to be my primary. That's my secondary.
Okay.
And
3d6. You got 7 inches.
Should be enough.
And we had the crazy possessed charge where they just all put charge in on those 2 monstrous creatures, which is going to be ugly for me. But I do get to overwatch you, so... So in this combat, I took some wounds, and he's got 4 wounds, 2 left. I killed a possessed, and then the possessed are going to get a crazy number of attacks. But you don't get your charge bonus because you multi-assaulted. So it's a lot of attacks. What did they get for their...
2 attack base.
What did they get for their
Plus 1 attack.
plus 1, okay, initiative and attack. So they don't get AP3, which is at least good.
42 attacks.
Yes! But split between 2 guys. Alright, he doesn't get any wounds back on the Helldrake. I lost the combat there, but the RP's fearless. Crone died, and this combat's sort of not that impressive. So we're on to round 3. Alright, so movement. So this cluster of guys is pretty much here. Shrikes come in so they can charge him. He's moving over there. locked in combat, flies to here, making them fearless. The other group of gargoyles fled off the table. I rolled a 5, so they're in ongoing reserves. That group of gargoyles deep struck there. Death Leaper moves. Are you intercepting that group of gargoyles?
Well, if you're assaulting it.
We'll get a cover save.
They will get a cover save.
Probably say, why not?
2 hits. 2 wounds. What kind of cover? The 5 will certainly make it.
Probably.
Alright, so I lose 1. And we're on to my shooting. Hive Tyrant took out the Helldrake, but he took a wound from Perils of the Warp. And we're on to the rest of shooting. So I was on my shooting. I killed 2 cultists. 2 cultists, they don't run, and we're on to the assaults. So those possessed just murdered the Harpy. This group of Termagants absolutely slaughtered. There's 30 of them, so they got 60 attacks. They just slaughtered the spawn through massive assault. Death Leaper killed himself a Chaos Cultist champion. And we had no other assault, so we're on to round 4. 4 it is. Alright, movement. Pretty much everything either comes up or heads towards Death Leaper and the Gargoyles. He's got no reserves. I have 1 unit of Gargoyles in ongoing reserves, and we're on to shooting.
Run.
Running 1 inch. This is round 4, so it could end next turn. So movement, we forgot to do this guy's psychic powers. He hasn't moved or anything, so he can do whatever he's going to do. These possessed are scoring, so there's a discussion as to whether to put him near this objective or chase Death Leaper around for the Warlord. He attempts to hallucinate and terrify, and he rolled an 11 and a 10. So even without the -4 on his leadership, because he's got Death Leaper after him, he would have failed. So they're running for the objective.
Well,
We're spreading out.
give me some options.
Given options. All right. Shooting. 10. All right, so there's no shooting at all. He's going to charge those gargoyles. Are there 9 of them because you killed 1, or is there still... Yeah, okay, so they're going to shoot back. All right, so we got combat here. We got Death Leaper, and we got this. Which one do you want to do first? That one. All right, so those gargoyles strike first, and they will use Blinding Venom. So they kill 2 guys and blind them, so we're going to see if they can wipe them out. So this lone Shrike in the combat, his buddy gets killed, and then he rolls instant death, and the demon dies, but only had 1 wound, so it didn't really matter. Death Leaper took a wound, but beat the cultist, and then hit and ran. He runs over to here, and those gargoyles are locked in Synapse. There's 4 of them left. And the guys they hit are at weapon skill 1. And we're on to bottom of 4. Did movement. These guys move to here. He spawns a bunch of gaunts. Gargoyles, deep strike from reserve. Shrike is there. Death Leaper goes flying over and kills 2 possessed. It's not Death Leaper, the Flying Hive Tyrant. Death Leaper's there. Gargoyles are here. They were in Synapse to start, so they're going to be okay for now. And we're on to shooting. And so first thing is this guy, he got onslaught, so he ran and shot, and they just killed a bunch of cultists. So those guys run? Was the answer no? No. Okay, so Death Leaper charges. Yep. Death Leaper died to cultists. That's pathetic.
He died in close combat?
He died in close combat to cultists because they rolled a lot of 5s and 6s. Alright, so you're going... Got this combat there. His strength is 6. Gargoyles lost, but they stay locked in combat, so we're on round 5. Ever dwindling movement is done. These guys come up to stand an inch away from the gargoyles. Those guys are going this way. Guys are on terrain. These 2 dudes are coming up towards the objective because the game could end, but it probably won't matter.
Those guys can just take it from
These guys steal objectives, and they can move 12 inches because they're jump. Plus, these are scoring, and he is scoring. And they're scoring. Alright, so he kills the Tyrannifex. Kills the gargoyles. The gargoyles go back into reserve because of Sky Blight, and we're on to the bottom of 5. So those gargoyles deep strike there. They lose 2. They came in from reserves. Hive Tyrant drops out of flying. Guys come up. Gargoyles land here. They're stealing the objective. Plus he's denying it. He's a troop choice, but he's keeping them in synapse. He doesn't move. They walk up, and we're gonna go into shooting. So we killed a bunch of possessed who don't really care because they're never gonna run, and we killed those 2 cultists. And the gargoyles run. These guys are fleeing off the field, but they're still here for now. And we're on to assaults, where you have no Overwatch. Yeah, he charges. Unless he rolls a double 1, which he does not, he charges in. Hive Tyrant charge was in a challenge, smack that guy down, and does the game end? It does not. So on to round 6? Yeah. Hive Tyrant dies, and that we kill some cultists with Overwatch, and it's on to Nids. So these guys move a little bit so they can stay within Synapse. This guy moves up. He flies to there. These gargoyles run, but they're now in Synapse, so they're fearless. These guys almost run off the table. This one's going to spawn, and it will spawn. It will be done spawning, but 14 guys. Movement's done. These guys are here. He's there. They're spawned, and we're on to shooting, for which these guys do nothing. And we're going to see if we can kill some possessed. Alright, so we wipe out the possessed with a crazy amount of plasma shots, and the game ends. At which point, we steal an objective, we line break, and we got our objective, so we definitely won that. We both killed warlords, and I don't know, I bet you won in terms of units. So we got 3 points to 6, because you got the most units killed for this. Oh, actually, I think I got another one for killing an elite, but we'll have to check. I think it's like in big guns. Oh,
Sorry.
elites killed for 1 victory point each.